Yo, what is up there, guys? Dr. Feel Hot, and today I'm playing some NHL 13. These are back-to-back shootouts. I am the Ottawa 6-7s for both of them, and I'm playing versus the Barrie Colts and the Portland Winterhawks. So what I'm going to do this video is I'm going to give my round 2 predictions for the NHL playoffs 2013. So first of all, we're going to go on to round 1, and let's just pretty much... round 1 was pretty awesome. Stuff that actually really surprised me and amazed me. Some of the stuff is that the New York Islanders actually gave Pittsburgh a challenge. Because I would have thought that series would have been like 4-0 sweep Pittsburgh, you know, whatever, didn't have a chance. But actually the Islanders came and actually won 2 games, and Pittsburgh, they were shitting bricks for a bit. But, you know, they came back and they won the series. Also, Vancouver getting beat, a 4-0 sweep by San Jose. That was actually pretty... Vancouver must be embarrassed right now. It wasn't their goalie. It was just the team. It was the forwards and defense. Roberto Luongo actually played pretty good, but you know it was their forwards and defense. They just didn't play good. And also Boston almost losing to Toronto. Like, oh my God, if Boston would have lost versus Toronto, they would have been the team the most embarrassed in the whole National Hockey League. Like, come on, who loses to Toronto? Toronto hasn't won the Stanley Cup in 50-something years, and they won't win it for another 100 billion years. But anyways, Boston played good in Game 7. They were down 4-1, and they came back, they tied it up, and went to OT, and they just won it. So now, my predictions for round 2, Eastern Conference. The Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Ottawa Senators. I'm going to have to say Ottawa is going to move on to the next round, because first of all, I want them to win the Stanley Cup, obviously. And just because... the momentum that they had beating Montreal is incredible, and if they can beat Montreal, they can beat the Penguins, because the Penguins, they had a hard time beating the Islanders, so Ottawa can just come in with all that momentum and just pretty much kill the Penguins. The New York Rangers versus the Boston Bruins. Well, this is pretty hard, but I'm going to have to say Boston can move on to the next round, just because, well, first of all, both teams have equal forwards, but Boston's got better defense, but the Rangers have a better goalie. Like, for goalie, for New York, you got Henrik Lundqvist, and for Boston, you got Tuukka Rask. So Henrik Lundqvist is way better than Tuukka Rask. And for defense, Boston's got Chara, so he's better than basically the New York Rangers defense. And for forwards, both teams are equal. You got Tyler Seguin, Patrice Bergeron, you got Nathan Horton, and you got all these other great players for Boston. And for New York Rangers, you got Rick Nash, and you still got all these other amazing players for New York. But, you know, it's going to be a pretty tight series because, you know, both teams went to Game 7 in their first round. And it's probably going to go to Game 7 in the second round, too. So, you know, just watch out for that series. It's going to be pretty close. And now for the Western Conference. Chicago Blackhawks versus Detroit Red Wings. I'm not saying Chicago is going to go on to the next round just because they're a little bit stronger than Detroit. Both teams are equal, but, you know, Chicago... they're a little bit stronger. Detroit's got some amazing veterans, but, you know, Chicago, they have all those young, well, not young players, but mid-20s, early 20 players. Like, you got Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, you got Duncan Keith on defense. You got all those amazing players. But, yeah, so Chicago on to the next round. The San Jose Sharks versus the LA Kings. I'm going to have to say San Jose is going to move on to the next round just because... all that momentum they had from, you know, 4-0 sweep versus Vancouver. They had a lot of rest and they had a lot of time to practice. And they'll come out guns blazing versus the LA Kings. So this is it for my round 2 predictions. If you want to play, you can comment below on telling me what are your round 2 predictions. And I still want Ottawa to win the Cup. It's going to be epic if they win the Cup. And with Jason Spezza starting to practice, he might be coming back. But still, if Jason Spezza comes back, oh my God, the team, Ottawa is going to be freaking strong. Like, more stronger than they are right now. So, hope you guys, and remember, please subscribe. And who do you want to win the Cup? And you can tell me your round 2 predictions in the comments below. So, see you next time. So, bye-bye.